On episode 389 of Nintendo Switchcraft, there are some great games on sale. Is there a Nintendo Direct coming soon? Nintendo teases us all, plus lots of gameplay of upcoming games. Those stories and more on this episode of Nintendo Switchcraft. Here we go.
Hello, look. Hey, listen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Switchcraft. Switchcraft is brought to you live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday over at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. Tune in and hang out with awesome people who are here for the live show. This episode of Switchcraft is brought to you or made possible by patrons like Love My Nest. Get Switchcraft and my other content ad-free for as little as $1 by joining the Patreon over at patreon.com/runjumpstomp. Leave a voicemail for the show by heading on over to runjumpstomp.com/voicemail from any device, and I may even play it on the show. Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that we've got a giveaway going on right now, and we're actually going to be doing a giveaway every week in September. So I want to give back to those that support the show. You guys know who you are. You are amazing, and thank you. So how is this going to work? Starting on the 31st of August, it's actually live now, but the first giveaway will happen on August 31st. Every week of September, on Saturday, I'm going to be giving away either a $5 or $10 eShop gift card in the supporters channel of the community Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, go to runjumpstomp.com/Discord, and there you go. As a thank you to those that support Nintendo Switchcraft, and Run Jump Stomp in general. So if you want to join that channel, there's lots of ways that you can do it. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. You can become a patron. You can become a YouTube member for as little as $2 a month, or you can become a Twitch subscriber either for free as part of your Amazon Prime or for $5 a month. So those are ways that get you into the supporters channel, and that's where the giveaway happens. If this brings in enough new support to cover the costs of me buying these gift cards, I will continue to do it next month in October as well. So thank you everybody who supports the show. You guys are amazing. And if you heard all of this and you're like, okay, I don't want to rewind, where do I go? Go to runjumpstomp.com/giveaway. All right, that's runjumpstomp.com/giveaway. It has all of the information there that you need, as well as the links that you need as well. I said as well twice there. I'm not going to edit it out. We're just going to keep rolling.
Well, excuse me, princess.
All right, everybody. Capcom is having a sale. You guys want to save some money? Here's how you're going to save some money. You're going to save some money by buying some of these Capcom games. Now, I personally, Capcom bothers the hell out of me. Some of the choices that they have made on the Nintendo Switch have been really, really infuriating. And damn it, Capcom, stop making your stuff cheap for me. All right. So anyway, let's take a look at the sale, which for some reason is not showing up. Where are the deals? Okay, well, I can't bring it up on the website for some reason. The link is now gone. I'm at Nintendo's site, and the link is gone, but I can tell you some games that are on sale that are worth checking out. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch is a fantastic game, and it is on sale, I think, for 50% off. I don't know where the actual sale numbers went. It disappeared on me, but, oh, maybe it's over here. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, I found it. All right, so Mega Man 11 is usually $30 down to $20. What else jumps out at me as being a really good deal? Like I said, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate usually $50 down to $25. The Resident Evil games, I don't know that you want to buy those on Switch though. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection down half off, which is a really good deal. I think that those are really good deals. In addition, if you are a fan of, or if you have heard of Transistor, That is a really, really cool game that is on Nintendo Switch as well as Steam. I have it on Steam. Usually that game is $20. It is $4 right now. It's just $4, and that is a really good deal for that game. You play as a woman who has like a sentient sword, and it is kind of not really a spiritual successor, but it was the next game that came after Bastion. Now, if you've never played Bastion, that's another game, same developer, excellent game. Usually $15 down to $3. It's a very, very good game. You play as this, it's kind of like top-down Zelda style, but there's this narrator who is constantly narrating everything you do. So, like when you're walking along and then you fall off a cliff, the narrator will say exactly what you did. When you pick up your sword for the first time, the narrator, who has this really, really cool voice, will talk about like, oh, he closed his hand around the blade and held it up high over his head, and it's just really awesome. And it's very clever the way that the narrator helps you interact with the game. It also has some fantastic graphics, and I can't recommend Bastion highly enough. Transistor I can't recommend as much, not because it's not as good a game, just because I haven't played nearly as much of it. But both of those games are on sale for ridiculously low prices, so I would definitely recommend that you check that out. Okay, guys, we've got some fuel for Nintendo Direct speculation right now. The first part is that we've got a bunch of SKUs, and if you don't know what a SKU is, that's like I can't remember what it stands for. It's stock keeping unit. So it's a stock keeping unit. Basically, it is a code that when you scan it at the register, it's like, hey, this is this game and this is that game. And GameStop has added a whole bunch of new Nintendo Switch SKUs than previously found. We're up to 12 now. So a lot of times when this kind of thing happens, it tends to show up in GameStop's inventory management system ahead of a new direct. And we've got 12 new SKUs for Nintendo Switch. So of course people are anticipating this perfect time for a direct. Not only that, but we just had the Indie World, right? We just had Indie World, and Nintendo tends to follow up things like Indie World or mini directs with a quote unquote real direct. And we've got Zelda coming. Astral Chain is about to hit, and we've got Luigi's Mansion on the way. And I think right now is the prime time for Nintendo to drop a bunch of news on us right about now, and then probably again in November or December we would hear from them again. But I'm anticipating that we're going to get a direct sometime in early to middle September before Link's Awakening comes out. And what are they going to talk about? Well, they're obviously going to talk about their upcoming games that we already know about. They might talk about more information about Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash Brothers. And in addition, they'll probably have some surprises for us as well. And a lot of people are anticipating that we might get a Mario-related announcement. Now, why would we get a Mario-related announcement? Because Nintendo of America just tweeted this out. Yesterday. They tweeted this out yesterday. It's a picture of Mario sitting down, eating some watermelon, and he's got like two little watermelon seeds on his face. And they said, even Mario needs a little summer vacation. No matter where your summer odyssey took you, we hope it was filled with sunshine. And when they posted this, I was like, oh my God, the internet is going to go insane. And they absolutely did. The internet went insane. There's first off, I mean, I half jokingly said, oh, clearly we're going to get, Super Mario Sunshine 2 because he's got two watermelon seeds stuck to his face. So Who knows what this means? It could mean nothing. It could be just Nintendo trolling us because they know that we like to read into everything. We look at every single little detail of anything that they've said and of anything that they've said. And my brain got shifted gears there for a second. And we nitpick it and analyze it and take it apart. And Frankenstein Gaming in chat says during certain talks they've had fruits out as well. That's a really good point. Super Mario Sunshine was all about, like, there was fruit. Like Yoshi could eat fruit and it would give him different abilities. I think if I remember correctly, it was a long time ago that I played that game. So there's a couple of ways that people can look at this. They can look at this and say, oh, we're going to get to play Super Mario Sunshine on the Switch. Or they might be saying, oh, we're going to get Super Mario Sunshine 2 on the Switch. And maybe they're saying something about Mario Odyssey. Who knows? Maybe they're going to give us Mario Odyssey DLC that takes us to Isle Delfino. There's so many possibilities that this could mean, and it could mean none of those things. All I know is that I love it when Nintendo picks on us like this because they know that we're going to analyze this stuff way too much, and I just think it's hilarious. So I want to know exactly what do you guys think this means, or nothing. And there's a lot of ways you can let me know. You can get a hold of me on Twitter at RunJumpStomp. Use the hashtag Nintendo Switchcraft. You can email me, runjumpstomp@gmail.com. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment in the section down below, and maybe I'll read it on the next show. Anyway, that's the Mario news. So let's talk about some Microsoft news, which is kind of weird that I'm talking about Microsoft news on Nintendo Switchcraft, but there's a good reason for it. Recently, I believe that I talked about it on the show. I may not have. Yeah, I think I talked about it on the show. Recently, I talked about it on the show that Microsoft said we're done bringing our exclusives to other platforms, and the reason that we were doing that before was because the companies that we had acquired had previous commitments, and we decided to honor those commitments rather than deal with legal issues and stuff like that. So they honored those commitments. If you're wondering what are the Microsoft exclusives that I'm talking about things like Ori and the Blind Forest or Cuphead. Both of those came to the Nintendo Switch. And a lot of people were saying, myself included, maybe we're going to get more stuff from Microsoft. Microsoft said, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're just honoring previous commitments. But then we've also heard them saying things like, we want to put things on platforms where it makes sense. Okay, well, that's great. So there's a lot of double talk from Microsoft about, yes, they're going to do this, or no, they're not going to do that. And then at Gamescom 2019, there was just this quote from, Ben Decker, who is, he's the head of gaming services over at Microsoft. And he said, we would like to see Game Pass on all platforms ultimately, and I think that that is a long-term goal. We don't have any plans today, but we would love to see Game Pass really go everywhere. So again, this is Microsoft, like either one person not talking to the other, or they're just not sure what the hell they want. But they just can't seem to make up their mind about what it is that they're going to do with their stuff. Now, as far as porting games to the Switch, I can understand why they would say, yeah, we're not going to do that. However, Game Pass, especially with xCloud, makes a lot of sense for them to bring to other platforms. Now, if the other platforms will allow that, that is a completely different bag of worms. I guess that's not even a phrase, but it is now. It's a completely different bag of worms. Can of worms. That's what I was looking for. Because we have to think about it this way. Microsoft looks at Nintendo with 40 million units out there, and many of the people who have those 40 million units do not have an Xbox, do not have a PC capable of playing games, and they look at that and they say, that's a lot of potential customers that could be paying us $15 a month for Game Pass. Let's go ahead and bring that to Switch. Let's go ahead and bring that to PlayStation. There's a lot of PlayStations out in the wild, And a lot of people, I think far more people own a PlayStation and not an Xbox than people who own a Switch and not an Xbox. I think there's a lot more people who exclusively went PlayStation and ignored Xbox than there are people who went exclusively Nintendo Switch and ignored Xbox, because I think a lot of people consider the Switch to be a complementary console. You get that as your portable thing. It kind of goes along with either a PlayStation or a or an Xbox. So most people will either get an Xbox or a PlayStation. They tend not to buy both. So Microsoft would look at PlayStation and they'd say, man, that's a lot of potential customers that could be giving us $15 a month to subscribe to our service to play all these games. You know, maybe Xbox. And this is, and guys, I'm not saying how likely it is. I'm just saying doesn't make good business sense. All right. So Microsoft would look at Google Stadia and they'd say that's a lot of people out there who are going to be able to access our stuff. Although it makes less sense with Stadia because, you know, then there's xCloud. You could just buy stuff through xCloud. But there's all of these other platforms, and Microsoft could bring their Game Pass subscription to all of them. And if they did, they would rake in a lot of money. So that's just how I feel about it. Microsoft is flip-flopping back and forth, and who knows what the hell that they're thinking right now. I think that it is interesting, however. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll hear from a sponsor, and when we get back, we're going to talk about a couple of games that came out in the past couple of days. Okay, let's start with a game called Vice Project Doom. It came to Nintendo Switch Online, NES, whatever they are. If you haven't played the NES stuff, your Nintendo Switch, if you subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online, gives you access to like 30 or 40 NES games. And I loaded up Vice Project Doom, and this game is awesome. It's really good. I'd never heard of the damn thing. The one thing that got my attention is the box art. I looked at the box art. I was like, man, that guy looks like the sensei from Cobra Kai. I'm going to try this out. And I tried it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. That game is awesome. Basically, it is not equal parts. It's a combination of a side scroller like Ninja Gaiden, Operation Wolf shooter, and a Spy Hunter style racing game, which is a crazy combination, but it's awesome. The side scrolling, in addition to having a laser whip as your weapon, you can also pull out a gun or throw grenades. And the platforming is really, really good. You hit the select button to switch between your different weapons. The bosses look really awesome. They're well designed. The overall, the maps have a lot of variety. And I have to say, the music in the game is really awesome. In fact, I was sitting here recording footage for a YouTube video, which like I have like a full YouTube video on it over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/runjumpstomp. And I was recording footage for it, and my wife came up the stairs and she goes, "What music is that?" I was like, "Oh, some old game." And she goes, "I like that music," you know? So it's got great music. It's got great graphics for the NES era, and Vice Project Doom is definitely something you want to check out. I like it a lot. If you want to know more about it, watch my YouTube video, which you can find either at youtube.com/runjumpstomp, or if you go to runjumpstomp.com in episode 389 show notes, you can find a link directly to that video. Speaking of YouTube videos, Dragon Quest XI demo came to the Nintendo Switch. I downloaded it. I talked about it a little bit on the last episode. I downloaded it and tested it out, and I made a video that compares the PS4 version to the Nintendo Switch version. And when I first loaded it up, I'll say this, I was very disappointed in the visual quality. After about 10 minutes of playing, that disappointment completely vanished. I got used to it. And then when I was making my video of comparing the PS4 quality to the Nintendo Switch quality, I have to say, I was really impressed with what Square Enix did, with the visual quality of this game. They nailed it. It looks really good on the Switch. Does it look as good as the PS4? No. But my rose-colored glasses of hindsight plus one that I had on when I was thinking of the PS4 footage and looking at the Nintendo Switch footage. I thought, oh man, the PS4 looks so much better than this. But then when I loaded it up and was recording, I was like, you know what? The PS4 does look better, but it's not as much better as my brain said it was. So if you want to really see the difference, check out my YouTube video. And the other thing, I also did like an A/B test switching between the PS4 audio and the Nintendo Switch audio. The Switch audio has symphonic orchestrated soundtrack, whereas the PS4 has like a MIDI soundtrack. And the Switch obviously will sound a lot better. And you can hear the difference when you hear them side by side. Myself, I have bad hearing. I've got bad tinnitus. I couldn't really tell the difference until I was editing and I could put them side by side. And then I was like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. All right, I've got a couple of lightning round stories to get through very fast. And then I've got a bunch of feedback from you guys. I'm going to try to get to the feedback today. If I don't, it's going to go into the next episode for Saturday, maybe. All right, so Mortal Kombat 11 is getting its Combat Pack. It's got a bunch of characters. It's bringing back Shang Tsung. It's bringing back Nighthawk, Senindar. I forget who that is. But the three characters that excite me and make me almost want to buy this. Almost. Like, I haven't picked up Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat isn't really a game that I care about. Nightwolf. What did I say? Nighthawk? Who's Nighthawk? Nighthawk is in Street Fighter, isn't he? I forgot. So Nightwolf. Sorry about that. Thank you, Joel Mead in chat, for fixing that for me. But I don't really care about him. Who do I care about? The three characters that I care about coming to Mortal Kombat. We've got the Joker from, Batman's the Joker. And then Spawn, which the last time we saw Spawn in a fighting game, I think was Soul Calibur 2. It was a long time ago. And then the one that really surprised me, although I guess I shouldn't be surprised because this is getting pushed pretty hard, is Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator himself, the old grizzled Terminator with the gray beard from the new Terminator movie that's coming out. I guess that shouldn't have surprised me. We have Terminator stuff, I think, is in the next Gears of War game, as well as I think that there was something else featuring the Terminator in another game upcoming soon. And now the Terminator is going to be in Mortal Kombat. I think that is really cool, and I can't wait to check that out when it comes to... Now, here's the question. Am I going to get it on the Nintendo Switch? I don't know if I'm going to get it on the Switch because I know that it's supposed to look really good on the Switch. It's supposed to run really well on the Switch, but it would look better on the PS4. It would look better on PC, and I honestly think that it might be that's the platform that I want to play on. And I will say this though, the Joker, I hate the Joker, the way the Joker looks in this. It really creeps me the hell out. And I know he's supposed to be creepy, but it's just the wrong kind of creepy. Anyway, having Terminator, the T-800 in there, I think is very, very cool. Another YouTube video that I want you guys to or that you might want to check out, and I'm not going to spend much time talking about it, is there's 30 minutes of new gameplay for Astral Chain that was shown at Gamescom this year, and it looks really good. Now, whenever I look at this game, the first thing that jumps to my mind is, Bill, you're terrible at games like this. So just stay away because you're not going to finish it. You're going to get to a spot. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to want to give up. And then it's like, oh, okay, I just threw away my money on this game. But man, it looks really cool. There was this really awesome moment in the gameplay where the guy pulled out his whatever's on the other end of the chain. I can't remember what they're called. And the chain was between the two. And there was a monster charging at him. And when the monster charged at him, they had kind of put out a tripwire of the chain between the two characters. and that caused the monster to like get stunned, so then they could attack him. Anyway, if you want to see the footage, it's again episode 389, runjumpstomp.com. Go to the show notes and you'll get links to all of this stuff. There's another video from Gamescom. This one's from Game Explain that is showing off some on-screen footage of Trials of Mana on the Nintendo Switch. And I have to say, this looks really good. And I was I just didn't really care about this before. I don't think I've ever played a Mana game, but watching this, I'm trying to get to the footage that has some combat in it. Watching this, it got me very much interested in this. I like the art style. I think it looks great. This is off-screen footage that we're seeing where they just got a camera pointed at the TV. So it's going to look even better than it does here, and it already looks great. I'm looking forward to this game now, and I was not looking forward to it even a little bit before. It was just something that I was like, oh, okay, there's a series that I've never played and I don't care about. Again, more Gamescom footage. We got 7 minutes of Streets of Rage 4 gameplay. Streets of Rage is a fantastic brawler. Ooh, speaking of brawlers, before we go any further, the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, I believe, is half off. I could be wrong about that, but I know it's on sale right now on the Nintendo Switch. So that's another one that you might want to check out. But anyway, as I was saying, Streets of Rage 4 is Streets of Rage is an old series from like the Sega Genesis days where it's a side-scrolling brawler. It's a beat 'em up, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that kind of thing. And it was always really fun. And Streets of Rage 4 is coming soon, and we've got 7 minutes of footage from this game. It looks really cool. I love the way that the art style that they ended up going with very much reminds me of like comics in the day. In fact, if you're watching the YouTube video right now, you can see in the background, it almost seems like it's got some of that comic bookish halftone to it. And it just really is appealing to me, and it looks like a lot of fun. So this is definitely a game that I am interested in, and I'm curious if you guys are interested in Streets of Rage 4, or if maybe you just never got into the beat-em-up genre. All right, we've got a bunch of feedback to get through, but I only have 3 minutes, and so the feedback, I'm afraid, is going to have to wait until next episode, and I may end up, if I can't fit it in next episode, then I'm going to have to do a light switch. So anyway, I think it's time to wrap up. Just don't forget that we've got that giveaway going on right now, runjumpstomp.com/giveaway. In order to get all of the information about that, as well as the link to the Discord server, which is runjumpstomp.com/Discord. You can become a part of the community over on our Discord server. You can watch the show live over at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. You can get a hold of me through the ways I said earlier in the show. And if you want to support the show, stop by runjumpstomp.com/thank-you. And if you want to check out more content like this, head on over to runjumpstomp.com/shows. The music you're hearing right now is Corneria Star Fox remix by Noteblock. It's one of my favorite remixes of old video game music. Thank you for listening. I will see you guys next time. Stay rad!